So I gonna teach you today is the topic called French Revolution. The storming of Bastille, no, is one event in French Revolution, and other parts of the event concludes, no, the very beginning and the much basic tendency of any democratic institution. First is liberty, second is equality, and third is fraternity. So by going all of this, no, we will like to see the events in chronological order. Firstly, there was a prince who became the king later, Louis XVI, and his wife Maria Antoinette. When they came up with their kingdom, no, the treasure was empty out there. There was nothing in treasure, and they had 13 in states of United States to help them gain freedom. So this also caused a burden for them. It's a kind of burden for them with a 2 billion leverage. And there was a system of hierarchy in the society, like first in state, second state, and third state. The first state consists of the nobilities and the people related to church. The second state consists of the people who belongs to the court and the king and their people, and the third state is the common people, in which were the working force of the country. So what happened now, there was a bill that is going to be introduced to the third state people, in which they were asked to increase the taxes. So in a short span of time, what happened is they formed their own a kind of gathering in the tennis courtroom, and they were to write about their own constitution, their own way how to rule themselves. So these are the initial steps how the democratic institution look alike. Okay. They also proposed the idea of liberty, equality, and fraternity. They gave universal rights of men. They also proposed the idea of having monarchical system with a democratic institution. Means the king is to be ruling the people indirectly, because the representatives which are elected by the people became the supreme power of the nation. Such incidences were common in France. The Jacobin Club was there. The Jacobin Club main aim was that it forms of the dockyard workers who were ready to take up as a mission, so that the whole Europe become a democratic institution. They carry forward the idea of liberty, equality, and fraternity to the people of Europe. So these were a kind of things, the kind of renaissance, a kind of new things and happenings which are going to be considering, and which are going to be taking the nation forward. So France was likely to become a liberal nation. It is likely to become a nation in which freedom was common. So ultimately, people's representative Frederick Soro was elected and sworn in as the supreme or the head of the institution in France. But later it is found that he also suppressed the nations, he also suppressed the opponents in a way that he want to get them killed as per his need. So later on, years after years, what happened is that Frederick Soro himself become what they were erected of. Means Frederick Soro's rules become similar to the Louis XVI regime. So in such a situation, a military dictator Napoleon became very aggressive, very powerful. He led an army which is quite a strong, which is quite healthy, which is quite aggressive, which has a nation building agenda, which has some very good initiatives like abolishing the privileges right, giving uniform system of weight and measurement, and they were on the way to conquer the whole Europe. So that's a brief gist about how the things were happening in France. Thank you. My name is Prakash Kumar Singh.